In real estate, our ability to generate listings is fundamental to our success. Today I'm going to share with you 11 rapid fire ways that you can generate listings in 2021. Listings, listings, listings. We know it's the name of the game. Today I'm going to share with you 11 quick, rapid-fire ways that you can generate listings in 2021 that'll help you take your business to the next level. The first one is this: 3 to 12-month-old expired listings. Listen, everybody knows that when a listing goes expired, that the people that had it listed, they wanted to sell the place. They just didn't get either to their number, they didn't have the right terms, or they didn't have the right agent. The day that something goes expired, there's tons of calls that come in. But after about 3 months, most realtors quit. Those people that are not sold their house, that have not relisted it between 3 and 12 months after they've expired, that is a minefield. That's a gold mine for you to go out and find new listings. Number 2 is in search of posts on social media. This is where we've got a lot of buyers out there. We have people that are looking for things we haven't been able to find for them. Go on social media and post something along these lines. Please help me out if you can. I have a great family that's looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with whatever amenity in this area. If you've heard of anyone that's considering selling, please let me know so that I can help these folks find the perfect place for them. This is a post that will generate some calls. It also is something that will kind of turn some rocks over for you. You may have a friend that say, hey, I don't know for sure, but I believe the Joneses were talking about possibly listing their house for sale in the next 6 months. Great way to start generating not only some listings right now, but some opportunity to see what's coming in the future. Number 3 is farming. This is the most fundamental way for you to generate listings. It's been that way since the beginning and it still works. If you're curious about this, this is a way that you would find a neighborhood where you could be the go-to person. You could be the expert for the neighborhood. It takes consistency. If you're curious about how to develop a farm, you'll see the little note up top. That's a way that you can link to a video that'll go into step-by-step instructions on how to farm. Number 4 is door knocking. I know this sounds old school, but listen, let me give this to you. Basically, this is going up, knocking on the door in a neighborhood and providing information about something that's going on in the neighborhood. This could be an upcoming open house. This could be something where something's coming on the market. This could be something that went under contract or sold, and you're letting people know about that. Simply go up, knock on the door. Hey, I'm Jimmy Burgess with Berkshire Hathaway. Just wanted to make sure you knew that the house down the street is coming on the market. We're going to have an open house on Friday. We'd love for you to stop by. Are there any questions I can answer about the house for you? That's simple as that. The other thing is use a little bit of a Columbo close, I used to call, where basically as you're walking away say, by the way, we're probably going to have a lot of interest in this house. Have you heard of any of your neighbors that might be considering selling? You aren't even asking if they are, but they'll let you know if they are. If you're curious and you're at a place where maybe you don't feel comfortable actually going out there and knocking on doors right now, you don't want to be in that face-to-face contact quite yet, here's a great way to do this also. I've got a friend of mine, Mary Maloney, out in San Diego. What Mary does is she hires a high school person. She puts together the report of the neighborhood. She has those high schoolers go up, they've got their shirt on that shows that they're branded from her team. They knock on the door, and as soon as they knock on the door, they ring the doorbell, they say, real estate report, they put it on the doorstep, and then they step away. They go back to their car. Great way to stay in front of people, let people know you're out there hustling in the neighborhood, and I promise it's going to create opportunity. Number 5 is circle prospecting. This is the old way of just kind of circling around a house where there's been activity, calling those neighbors. This is what I did. This is really the fundamental way that I built my business. I went in and I took these, and if something went under contract was coming on the market, I would call the 10 houses across the street and the 5 on either side of it. I would circle that area and I would call those neighbors. I would call them and I would just simply say this: just want to make sure you knew your neighbor's about to put their house on the market. We'd love to let the neighbors have an opportunity to choose who would live near them, so we want to make sure you had this before the rest of the market did. Do you know of anybody or have a friend or family member that might be considering coming to your neighborhood? Great way to have a contact piece. Another way, follow up with that. Same type of thing we talked about with door knocking. Make sure that you say at the end, by the way, we're probably going to have a lot of activity with this. Do you know of any of your other neighbors that might be considering selling in the next 6 months? Great way to make contacts, and I promise if you get out there and you make these calls, you're going to generate listings. Number 6 is open houses. Listen, it's always thought that we're going to have open houses so that we can sell the house. It's great. We're going to get people in there that will possibly buy it, especially in this market environment. But what we also find with open houses is this is when the looky-loo neighbor. This is the neighbor that's thinking about selling and wants to know how their house compares to that. What we always like to say is have someone, whether it's you or an assistant or someone that works with you, that's at the door when people come in, and the first question you ask is, thanks for stopping by today. Do you guys own a house in the neighborhood? That way you're able to identify who the potential sellers are in the future. Number 7 is video unsolicited CMAs. What I love about this is probably one of my favorite things, because the last quarter that I was in the business before I shifted into this position was the fourth quarter of 2018. I decided I was going to take a group of people that I knew that owned, past buyers, people that had mentioned they might sell in the future, and I was going to send them an unsolicited video CMA. I would record my screen, go through the numbers, give them a range, let them know what's going on, and say, hey, if I can ever be of service, let me know. I did this for every single day that I worked, 72 of them actually, because I took some time off for Christmas and New Year's. At the end of the year, when I went back and looked at this, of these 72, I listed $11.2 million worth of listings, and I sold $9.1 million worth of listings. This is something that I know is going to work for you because it worked for me. Make sure you're getting out there and you're giving those video unsolicited CMAs. Number 8 is expired listings and for sale by owners. And I know you're thinking, well, that's nothing new. Of course it's not. It's because it works is why I want to make sure I mention this to you. There's tons of resources out there for you to learn how to actually reach out to expired listings, actually reach out to for sale by owners. So I'll leave it up to you to go find out exactly how to do this. But if you're curious and you want to know an exact plan, reach out to me and I'll be glad to let you know. Number 9 is orphaned neighborhoods. Now, what I mean by orphaned neighborhoods, these are tract-built home neighborhoods. Something like you've got a D.R. Horton or a national builder that has a sales team that comes in and actually does the first sales in there, the new home sales in there. But the second they're done building the houses, they leave that neighborhood, and there aren't agents for all of those people that have bought in that neighborhood. Most of them work with that directly with that builder. This is a place also where in about a 3 to 5 year period, we see a dramatic, right now in this market cycle, a dramatic amount of equity, and it's a time when we see most people that buy in those neighborhoods are ready to start thinking about buying up. So this is not just an opportunity for you to find a neighborhood that you become dominant in, that you'll farm, but it's a place where you're gonna find buy-up buyers, so it's gonna be a sell and a buy. Number 10 is low-hanging fruit. In reality, it is your past buyers. Listen, buyers already know, like, and trust you. Don't leave these people out there hanging. Check in with them. It's a simple check-in. Hey, just check in on you guys. Been a little while. Do you guys still love the house? Typically, they're going to either say yes, or they're going to say, well, we really wish we had that extra bedroom. By the way, my wife is pregnant. Now we got something where now's an opportunity for you to say, well, have you guys started looking at all or thinking about moving up? Now you've got not only a sale, but probably you're going to get a buy on the other end as well. Number 11 is online leads. Listen, we talk about this all the time. You can either build this business with sweat or debt. If you're wanting to spend some money, take on some debt, maybe you go out there and you buy you some online leads. I will tell you, this is a short-term fix. This is something that you're gonna have to work through a number of people. This is something like a Bold Leads or maybe Op City that does it on a referral basis. These are great places to start if you're looking for this, but the things that we've mentioned before, all of those are higher impact. All of those are not gonna cost you anything, and it really gives you the ability to build a fundamental business that you can grow from. I hope all of these have been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.